All right, here comes the Braves going up against the Nationals here. Well, the Braves, we know what's been going on with them, right? They haven't been too interested. Now, they did crush the Nationals yesterday, scoring 10 runs. We uh, gave out the over on the show in that game, and I don't know, it seems like there might be runs here again today. You got Patrick Corbin in there with a 5 ERA going up against Charlie Morton. Charlie Morton seeming more like he's going to be involved in this postseason rotation, I would guess, the way things are going. He's been all right, but I don't know. The way the Braves have, yeah, they won yesterday, but I like what the Nationals have been doing a little bit. I mean, they've lost 17 of their last 24, but in this spot, this thing's getting a little bit out of control. I'm probably going to end up on the Nationals here, you guys. Can't go on the Braves every day. Remember, they've been losing. They won just for the second time in their last 7 games since clinching. Oh, good point. Thanks, Doubles. How did I miss that? I have it. I'm sure I have it in the rotation. How did I miss that, you guys? See what happens? I'm by myself now. Thanks, Munchie, for your plays. I won't feel like I want to start it over now. And I'm look. Oh, there it is. I do have it. Let me just pop it into the. I'll get back to that game. Gosh. Why did I have it listed fourth? There were a couple of games, and there still are, right? A couple of games where we're not sure of the pitching. I'm just making excuses, you guys. Let me get in. I think we started on this one enough. I chop up those videos. We chop up those videos. So let me continue on with this game here. Morton, 7.36 ERA in his last 3 starts. Braves have been winning those, and they've been going under with Morton. 11 of his last 14 starts have gone under. Corbin's been a steady under as well. I don't know. It feels like it's September. I don't know if this one's going under, but the trends would indicate going under. Corbin, ERA near 6 in his last 3 starts. Washington 6-3 in Corbin's last 9 starts. Corbin, he kind of, personifies what we've done with the Nationals this year. One of those guys, very, we're making fun of him all year, right? Oh, look at that! I even have it. I'm sure it's Corbin, right? Yeah. You guys. They're going to start worrying about me. All right. We'll get the flow of this, right? The solo show. I'm still bummed. Here we go. Corbin, 5 ERA so far this season, but he's he's profitable, man. He's getting you a third of a unit every time out there. I'm going to be on the Nationals here. You got a, care less group of Braves right now. Sure, they mashed yesterday. There'll be runs here scored in this one. You may find this on my card here somewhere today. Is it 9? It's 9. It's 9 flat. So I don't know. That seems pretty good too. I think we could get to double digits. Maybe the Braves will get to double digits. I'm going to take the Nationals though here in this one, just on the carefree attitude of the Braves right now. Nationals, they've been good to us, man. Everybody knows the Nationals have been the team to make money with this year. You can't hit them right every time, but tonight feels like the night that I want to try the Nationals in this one. Hey, Lovable Plays is here, and so is Tone Miggins. Hey, Brandon. Oh, yep. Let me get back to that. I don't know. Lovable Plays. I love the. Hi, Tone. Oh, Tone giving us a play there. And let's see if we can get any more. Darren going to come on the over. Right. I always joke around, or maybe I'm just, telling it like I really feel it. Like when I look at the numbers that come out, is that human algorithm, right? Patrick Corbin, that's one of the things, right? From day one, Patrick Corbin, everybody made fun of him on the shows, talking about him and his record isn't good. But if you bet on him every game so far this season, you're making money with Patrick Corbin. So that's right. So like that's what you want, right? The public perception is he's not good. You're always getting the best price. You can't win them all. So you got to look for the spots. This is one to me that, this is when you're kind of handicapping that situation, right? Like I said, the Braves lost 5 of their last 7. Their standing is what it is. I mean, I don't think they're going to choke it here at this point to the Dodgers, even though it is 3.5 games right now. So just give them to me here on the show, though. I'll take the Nationals on the run line. And yeah, I'll sprinkle some money line. I'll probably take some 2.5. I'll be all over the place, all the way up to 2.5, or I don't know. Put him up to 275, and I'll be taking some 3 runs. That's always fun when and then you know how it is in the late innings, you guys. You've been there every night. We're there every night. Okay, let's get to that day game. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm so glad you guys are Cubs fans. Let me know how you feel right now. Look, we've been as Cubs fans. We've been there as baseball fans. I think we've been there, and it's just really uncomfortable right now. What's happened here, right? Lost these last 2 games. All you got to do, I feel like all you got to do is win the games. And of all these teams, or at least, these 4 teams, I'm not counting the Padres and the Giants in this conversation. I'll get to them in a moment. But, it feels like the Cubs are the team, right? They feel like they're better than Arizona, right? They have the better offense a little bit, I think. They have a little bit better pitching, or, I would think. So I don't know. They lose close ball games sometimes. And that was another miserable game yesterday. We gave out the over on the show. I thought the Cubs were the side. I couldn't put them out as a play anywhere. But that was one where I lost privately. I didn't have many losses yesterday. So. All right, let's see what you guys are feeling about your Cubs today in this one. And doubles, yeah, okay. Rockies, is it the spot for the Rockies here? It feels like I want to find a way to these Cubs again today. But, man, at this price, and now, yeah, we've been messing around trying to figure out what to do with this pitching situation. Ray says maybe the Rocks here today. And hopefully we can sing the song, but right now. And here's Blake on the Rockies today. I guess if it wasn't Noah Davis, I would probably be, more able to consider here the Rockies, but I think that's what is holding me back a little bit is that Noah Davis is starting in this game. And it's a bullpen game for the most part. I would think you would perceive it for the Cubs. Tyone's back, every time he goes on a little bit of streak of a couple of good starts, I mean, he ruins it all with about, 4 or 5 bad starts. And that's what he's in right now. In fact, his last 7 starts, he has a 7.47 ERA. So you'd think maybe runs aplenty here in this one. Cubs have gone over in 5 of their last 6. But Colorado, they've lost 4 straight games here. I'm going to take the Cubs on the run line, to be honest with you guys, and just hope they get it today and it's one of those days. Because when they get on a roll, a team like Colorado is not going to stop them. And if there's one team that Tyone has done well against, it's the Rockies. He's kind of one of those guys, actually, that I don't know. I don't think he'd ever find his way to the Rockies, but it looks like he's one of those. There are some guys that can pitch in Colorado, and he looks like one of them. Cubs have lost 7 of their last 8 to totally, blow this. They were the other team, right? Phillies and Cubs. We were already talking about how it was going to match up. So I'm taking the Cubs today, you guys. I'm backing you guys. Here, they better get this one done. Ray says, how about the Rockies over? Nathan says, terrible road team. They're like 30 and 50. They're worse than that, Nathan. They're 22-56 on the road. It's worse than that, right? And that's what you'd expect from a team that plays their game. I don't think it's any coincidence that the Rockies team can have such a. They might end up with, if you look back, one of the biggest disparities of home and away splits to a certain extent, right? Maybe they're going about it all wrong. Maybe maybe you're supposed to. I don't know. It's been a long time since the Rockies were relevant right now. So, and Ron says, how about the Yurfie in this one? Well, I don't know. For Colorado, with there's not enough. Davis has just 4 starts, but he has a 9.5 ERA. Tyone's allowed a run in the first inning in 8 of 27. So, okay. Yeah, the Cubs haven't been doing anything. I'm taking them today. They better crush. I mean, you need this one. The Rockies are coming in, man, the worst road team, and you need to win so desperately. And you're in right now. I mean, the Rockies are. I mean, the Cubs are right. Just win them. Just win them. You don't have to worry about anything else but your own fate. All right. Oh man, that would be. Hey, no, I'm a KB fan. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm a KB fan. All right. I'm hoping to get some lines here on a couple of these next games. And let me see if anything's come up here. Yeah, I think we are seeing it, even though I don't think we know. Well, I think we do know. So let me type in the line here. I'm going to the Pirates and the Reds next, you guys, with Abbott going for the Reds. He's a favorite, $1.60, and the total's 9.5. Abbott favored at home against the Pirates, and I think Luis Ortiz here. Maybe it's an opener for the Bucks. We shall see. But this is what I have right now. And the books to me, the books that are starting to post this game, are to me showing undecided still. So I think that's what we kind of got to go with. But I'm kind of showing that maybe it's going to be Luis Ortiz today here for the Buccos. Ortiz, a 4.85 ERA. So far this season, 14 starts, a couple relief appearances. And we know Abbott. Look, he's still been the man. Even with this downturn, right? Nobody's going to, let's just keep building this up, man. There's been no problem with Abbott. I know he has a 6.5 ERA over his last 5 starts. He's probably hit the wall big time. The Reds have won with Abbott, and they need to win with Abbott right now. In this big game. The Reds, have a chance here, just a half a game back. You've got Miami and the Cubs are tied right now. Remember, Arizona's been on a 5-game winning streak. They're kind of take the place of the Cubs. So you got Cincinnati just a half a game back of the struggling Cubs and the Marlins, who've been hot and cold. So the Reds, need the slightest of help, certainly. Remember, they've got to pass up both those teams to get in. So you got to win, and then somewhere along the way, still, I talk about there's 9 and 10 games left right now. I think every team has 9 and 10. I think a couple have 8, maybe 1 or 2 have 8. But next Sunday, the season's over. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday, the season is over. So Reds have a huge game here against the Pirates. They're favored at minus $1.60 here. Feels like not a bad spot. It feels like the price. Let me check this price. I'm sure this is the price that we're starting to see. Reds have lost 3 of their last 4. Pirates playing good ball have won 14 of their last 22 games. For some reason, the Reds at home, that they have not been as good at home as they have been on the road, which is I like teams that perform on the road, but you got to win, some games at home. Maybe Nathan is going to be on the Bucks here. Doubles going to be there in the bleachers. We're leaning to the Bucks. Says Darren. I'm not giving out my play just yet. Kind of gauging what you guys have to say in this one. So Abbott's already had an okay start just about 6 weeks ago against the Pirates. We went 5 2/3 innings and allowed just 2 runs. And Ortiz did have a pretty good outing against the Reds. So this is going to be a real tough, tight game, I think. I'm going with the under here in this one with the Pirates and the Reds. This is going to be a pressure-packed game. I think Abbott will come through with a good effort. I think Ortiz will also have a good effort. Abbott has not been great. There's no doubt about it. Ron says Reds and over. So I don't mind this price because Ortiz has been a little bit better. 3.94 ERA in his last 3 starts. But the thing about Abbott, 14-5, the Reds with Abbott. So I'll take the under in this one, big game. I'll go under. All right, here's another one where the line is just starting to come out. It's Milwaukee and Miami. Corbin Burns is going. I'm seeing anywhere from $1.35 all the way up to as high as $1.50 at one really square book. Oh, there it is with Burns and Hoeing here in this one. And Burns is favored, of course. But let me pop the line in here. We'll kind of take a shot right in the middle here to maybe $1. Let's call it $1.40. Maybe it'll come $1.35 or so. And the total though here, we're seeing a pretty low total at 7.5. There was one. DraftKings opened at 7 over 18, and that quickly was moved up. I mean, this one has just come out within, certainly since we just started the show or so. Wasn't no available lines, or even I was going with my line here. Here's Ray Otachi leaning to the Marlins, but I think this is what we're going to see here with the Brewers. $1.40 here with Corbin Burns on the road. And hey, look, game is important. We know how important this game is for Miami. They're tied with the Cubs. Just explain the whole situation. And Milwaukee, I think they're pretty much locked in, right? The Cubs, they're locked in. There's nothing Milwaukee can do. They cannot lose it. I mean, they're going to be in third. They're going to get get the division. They're going to be this number 3 division team. There's no doubt about it. They're really, there are some that. What's my motivation? I'm going to be on Miami here in this one. Kind of feel like I want to play it as a premium, but I just blurted it out there. I like Miami a lot. I don't want to be I don't want to be. Where's Lazzy? Lazzy, you out there? I'm going to take Miami for sure in this game as a dog for sure. I feel bad now. I want to play Miami as a premium. What was I thinking? It's because I couldn't really get anything together on the total here with the line just coming out. And it is where I expected it here. Maybe I was expecting it a little bit higher, but no, I have to be on the Marlins here in this big game. Burns has been very solid, 3 ERA in his last 4 starts, but the Brewers have just gone 4-6 in those starts. Brewers have been red hot. Miami's doing fine. But they really need to win. The motivation's got to be there. I think it's a great price as a dog with Miami against a team that really, truly cannot have much motivation to win. Like safety first, man. You're not going to pass a team, and you're not going to lose this spot. The Brewers are totally saying they are in the number 3 position. There's just no doubt about it. So I think, no locks here, but man, Miami's in a good spot. I'm giving it, you didn't need me to tell you this, it feels like. Here's Darren. He's thinking under, possibly. Maybe some runs will come early. Miami's gone over in 7 of their last 9 at home. Burns has been a solid under. He's gone under in 9 of his last 12 starts, and the Brewers have gone under in 8 of their last 12. Remember, Brewers. There's another thing when you're kind of in that position. You're, like I said, safety. You're always certainly thinking. No one's saying you're not playing to win, but maybe the Brewer, you can manage the situation so that you can be in total the best position possible that you can be in with your pitching. Unless nobody gets hurt, whatever, but you can match it all right, make sure the rotations. And remember, this is a team that has kind of acquired pitching here and late in the season with, if Woodard is what he is so far, to get a pitcher who looks like he's going to be one of the top pitchers in the postseason if that keeps up. So the starting pitching has been solid. You'll move a couple of guys around. The Brewers, yeah, the offense is a problem, but in the postseason it changes. Brewers look kind of interesting. If you don't want those favorites, certainly. All right. Anyways, I'm on the Marlins, and it just feels pretty obvious as that in a motivational role, a real good team to take. Blue Jays and Rays here in an extremely hot series this weekend. This is going to be the series of the weekend with these two teams for sure. Given the current status, we've kind of already touched on it. Right now in the American League, Toronto, the half-game lead over Seattle and Texas. They have a win in hand right now. Toronto has 9 games left. Seattle has 10 games left, and Texas has 10 games left. So this series, a sweep here, and one of these teams is maybe in, and one could be out. And the Rays get the jump start here with Glass now. But statistically, maybe you might compare these two pitchers and see kind of mirror images. But is the perception that Glass now has been better over the last 4 starts? He has a 5.48 ERA, while Bassett has a 3.18 ERA in his last 5 starts. Toronto comes in hot. Yeah, they didn't get it done. We gave out a lot of winners yesterday. We gave out 2 losers on. We said Blue Jays. We said under. Yeah, we won the first 2 games of the series. We didn't get that one done. That's okay. Tampa comes in, still hot. All these teams have been playing pretty decent, no doubt about it. I know Texas has had their woes, but they're still hanging in here against a Tampa Bay team that has been cruising along in this wild card position. Trying still, don't forget, they can still catch Baltimore. So I know I'm kind of making the focus on, Tampa Bay here, or I'm on Toronto and their urgency against these other 2 teams. All right. See what you guys have to say in this one. Blue Jays over for Thomas. Ray says the money line. Jamal as well. And Darren says, what about that game last night? Maybe, you went up against Cole. It was 5-3, right? So I know I was trying to kind of get off of Cole a little bit there. I should have learned. Handicappers were on the Yankees yesterday for the most part. Nathan's got a first 5 here in this one. Let me look at that line again here. I want to make sure this total's right because I've seen this total moving around quite a bit. And at 150, 7.5 over 15. Okay. I'm gonna have to be on the over here in this one. Even with Bassett in the decent form again. Give me the over here. Tampa's gone over in 8 of their last 12. Glasnow's been going under, but I'm going to take the over in this one. Okay, and here's the Phillies and the Mets. The Mets have set a, not a record, but only 4 teams have ever won of 100 games in the previous season and seen such a dramatic fall like the Mets. You got McGill here going up against Walker. We know the Phillies. Right now, for the Phils, they've got to feel comfortable in their position as well. 5 games ahead in the wild card. Don't expect them to lose this position all the way down to Miami. Miami's got their own things to worry about. So maybe the Phillies have a little bit of motivation. Yeah, they got to protect against Arizona as well. And that's even more significant, and because Arizona's been so hot. But Phillies have won a couple of games in a row here. They're favored tonight, down to $1.55, and the total 9/20. So that is about a 10-cent discount here on Philadelphia. With Taijuan Walker, 4.45 ERA, but we know Walker, he's a competitor out there, man. Even though 6.55 ERA in his last 6 starts, but it hasn't stopped the Phillies from winning every time Walker's out there. It's kind of peculiar. And, Walker's going to find his way into the postseason rotation. So I know that, those aren't everybody's favorite stats, but I like them. 17-6 with Walker on the mound. And you have McGill, who's been solid. This is Tyler McGill. We've seen his brother, Trevor, pitching with the Brewers lately. He's been starting as an opener. Tyler here, though, ERA under 3 in his last 4 starts, so he's pitching well. But you know what? When he starts for the Mets, they've gone 4-10 in his last 14 starts. So I don't know. You can have bad pitching and still win, good pitching and not win. That's baseball. Now, it's going to be tough for me to lay the Phillies here, I would think, but feels like, I don't know. I don't know if I mind this spot necessarily. I wish it was just a little bit cheaper. But I think pitching can go well here in this one. The steam came in on the over, taking it to 9/20. It feels like there's a little bit of value there. McGill has gone under in 4 of his last 5 starts. So I'm going to take the under here in this one with McGill and Walker as my free play. And I'm just going to wait and see. If I can get this down, I may come with a premium anyways with the Phillies. But, yeah, that's what I feel there. That's where I draw the line, right? Otherwise they'd all be premiums, right? I can't throw the Dodgers in there every day. We know they don't make any money. Well, they do. The Dodgers do still, but time commenter. Great to see you again. Ray's going against me here. That's okay. I get it. I don't think we're dealing with anything special out there. McGill, look, the numbers are good. So I think we'll have strong pitching from the starters. Hopefully the bullpen cleans it up as well. Steam came in on the over. I'm going to fade my buddies the Sharps here. I'm going to take the under in this one. I expect the Phillies, and I'm going to wait it out and see if I can if this one could by chance come a little bit lower. Going to take the Phillies. Like I said, their team, not incredible motivation, but you got to like what they're doing. They won 5 of their last 7. Mets have been winning a few of late too. We know that. And yesterday, though, the Phillies got this one right. We gave out the over. We gave out the Mets run line and the over. Remember, I was whining about the Met price on the Mets run line yesterday, but we got it home there. We gave out a double winner on the show yesterday with this series. So let's hope we got it right today. I'm going to go with the under. So there were I was actually so there was another win. I just counted that as one win when I was giving out that little tab. So I guess we were 10-3 on the show picks yesterday. We had a bunch of football too. Hope those come through. Go back and check it out. By the way, I'm going to give out talk 3 NFL games here at the end. The 3 afternoon. I'm going to save one game for Sunday that I can at least talk about. I'll talk about the Sunday night game on Sunday. I have at least one game to talk about. We'll touch on all the rest on there. And you know what? We'll have a shorter show on Sundays right now in NFL season, at least until basketball and hockey start. And save our time to go live at 11 o'clock my time with those lines. We might have to dump the live betting show. I appreciate you guys that were joining me in there for that. So we're going to just probably move it forward here to 11 Eastern and 11 Pacific and 2 Eastern. Hope it's okay with everybody. I liked it, but just not enough people joining me. It felt like I get lonely. All right. Let's go with the Diamondbacks and the Yankees here. Hey, what's going on, Luke Weaver? Okay, this is fine. Here's the deal. Luke Weaver's on the Yankees now. They picked it. I think he actually has made a start with. This is the kind of guy. Look, the Yankees. You're going to go with these guys. Okay, we already saw what a disaster it was with some of these starters they went with. They have baggage. They're up and down. One guy, no hitter one day getting rocked the neck, whatever. If you're going to go get Luke Weaver, I mean, you're not going to trade for him. I guess this is the only way he's going to end up on the. But if they would have had the Yankees all year, I'm not saying Luke Weaver's going to do anything, but this is a guy you want on the Yankees right now in his career, right? Is a guy like Luke Weaver. Look, Seattle gave up on him. I get it. Seattle's got enough pitching. I mean, they're kind of rich in pitching a little bit, so they're doing well. They don't need a guy like Luke Weaver coming down the stretch here. So the Yankees pick him up, and promise you, if Luke Weaver was on the Yankees, I'm not saying he made the big difference, but better than some of the things that they've had going on this year. Luke Weaver, this isn't a bad spot for them going up here in a big game against the Diamondbacks. Are they really minus $1.20? That's kind of a bummer. Maybe they're down to minus $1.15. The total is 8 over. This total has gone down. Against the Diamondbacks and Yankees. Other than Brandon Pfaadt being terrible, here's a guy that they've plotted through the whole, at least half of a season with him. I don't want Arizona here. I know handicapper is going to be on Arizona today. I'm sure of it. But I'm on Luke Weaver. I'm on Luke Weaver on the show. I'm not going premium here with Luke Weaver. And I know I'm laying $1.15 against a team that absolutely is on a 5-game winning streak and needs to make the playoffs. But I'm going to get a good effort tonight from Luke Weaver and the Yankees, it feels like to me. So Arizona, red hot. Let's get the, at least the stats together. Let's give can't make a great case other than the fact that, they picked up, what's this, Luke Weaver's 5th team of the season? Or, well, I think it's his 3rd team, but I think it's his 5th team in 2 seasons or something like that. So I'm taking him. I'm against the whole chat, I'm sure, and it's going to be just a free pick on the show. And I'm not going to come on here. I'll come on here and say what was I thinking? But these are the spot. This is a spot where I'm looking to do something like this. Weaver has a 6.77 ERA, I think, this season, or maybe it's 6.2. I don't know. He's been on so many teams. I don't even know which stats to look at. So let's see here with time numbers. Have paid the Yanks the rest of the year. I want to back. I know they've lost 3 of 4. I've actually kind of been trying to find spots to take the Yankees here down the stretch. Nathan has them here. Jamal says under, even though that number is dropped here. And man, Jamal, you know what? The steam came in on the under, and I kind of want to agree. And now, though, that we're at is it? Okay, it's still 8 over 15. Maybe I should have gave out the total on this show too. Could I do another double? Yeah, I'll probably do another double winner. I don't even think I can give out the under. Let me just take a look at a little bit of line movement here. Live line movement analysis coming your way in this game right now. I'm going to just take a look and see if there's been any uh, swift moves here. Okay, let's just hold on here a little bit. I want to go under. Maybe it's going a little bit too low. I don't think I'm going to come in on a premium on this one now. So, boy, I wanted, but I feel like Jamal's right. Too bad we missed 8.5. That steam came rolling in. Fott has a 5.21 ERA in his last 4 road starts. I mean, here's the thing, right? We talk about when you talk about the line movement, everybody's controversial. Well, here you have 2 pretty bad starting pitchers, right? And well, the Diamondbacks, the offense has been pretty hot of late. Like a winning team should. They're going to have a little bit more offense. We know they've been pretty bad. They've had some really bad stretches early in the season. But here you have the total moving down on like 2 really garbage pitchers statistically out of the starting. But fought for all those bad numbers. 5.86 ERA this season has gone 11-3-2 to the under. 11 unders in 16 starts. But Arizona, with this hot streak now, has gone over in 6 of their last 8. And Yankees won that first start with Weaver, and the Yankees have also gone under in 14 of their last 21 games. So I'm going to take the Yankees here. And I don't, you guys, I didn't see much from you guys. The White Sox and the Red Sox. Oh, Sally's pitching, huh? Chris Sale on the mound here in this one against Touki Toussaint and the White Sox. Showing the Red Sox here. They're the team. You guys, nobody. I don't know if anybody answered the trivia question there. Was it trivia or was it just the Red Sox are down to their last gasp here? Everybody wants to say when the team is dead. They're not dead. The Red Sox. They'd need a bunch of help. They'd need almost every team to lose them all. They'd have to win them all pretty much. But here it is, the Red Sox. They cannot lose going forward, or that would be it. And they still could be out with a combination of things tonight. But I think that they all could win and knock out the Red Sox even with a victory. But nonetheless, you got to lay $2 here with Boston. That doesn't feel real solid, even if you're going against the White Sox here with Toussaint. So Sale's been, I don't know. Sale feels like I said, these guys are willing to go out there and still truck along. Maybe he feels like he needs to be out there. Maybe this is it for Sale after this game if they don't do it. But he's got a 5 ERA in his last 4 starts. Red Sox have won 11 of his last 18 starts. Toussaint has a 7.27 ERA in his last 4 starts. So he's been pretty bad, no doubt about it. Steam came in on the over here in this one. Feels like it might be ripe for some runs. Total at 9 over 15. Maybe it's come down just a little bit here, actually. So I'm going to take the White Sox here on the run line with Touki Toussaint. Red Sox have lost 15 of their last 21. That's just as bad as the White Sox have been of late. So 210 does not seem, like a very good price for any, Give me Chris Sale if this, they had to get into the playoffs or something against any team, probably would do it. Red Sox run line for Jamal. Joshua says maybe under in this one. I don't know if he's talking about this game or the last one, but Nathan here. You know what? Look at that. Those Sox, because it's got the red stripe. So, but if I looked at those, I would look at those as Red Sox. Ray says, give me a lean to the White Sox. With the Orioles and the Guardians. I know wherever, the Chat was heavy. This is one I got the best of it yesterday. Certainly, the chat was pretty heavy on the Orioles, but I came in with the Guardians yesterday with Gaddis on the show, and Guardians get the win 5-2. Orioles definitely in that tight spot with the Rays. Can't afford to lose, but Gaddis came in with a good performance. But here, I think it's just the opposite. And I'm sure the Orioles will be able to handle this one today, I would think. But I'm not going to give it out on the show, if you know what I mean. But Kramer, man, this guy's the best in the league at making money. He's got an ERA over 4, but I don't think you could do worse. I think Kramer might be number 1 or number 2. I mean, I claim to know all these stats. I really just, kind of jot down the best ones every night that I like, that, where the stats match up and the trends match up and the line movement matches up, and I probably like that team, but not giving them out here necessarily on the show. Kramer has a 2.42 ERA in his last 5 starts. Bieber has a 5.23 ERA in his last 5 starts, and of course is making his first appearance here in 2 months. 2.5 months, I think. 2.5 months, I heard. So, and he was, not great before that. Yeah, he had a good ERA, but things were starting to unwind a little bit. Guardians have lost 3 of 4. Orioles have won 5 of 6. Orioles do have the motivation. Certainly, Cleveland's out. We know that. So it's a pretty good spot. I'm on the over here. I got one team maybe mashing the other here in this one. Giving out the over. Good luck to you, Bieber. Oh, Nathan. All right, man. Okay, so over the play on the show here, but feel pretty strongly about this game. Mariners and Rangers. This is the game. Kind of was flubbing up the intro a little bit. No wonder they told me to tone it down on the intros if you can't get them right. But here you got the game where it's pretty easy to get it right. And I kind of got the teams confused a little bit in there. You got Tampa Bay, Toronto, Texas. They all sound the same. Anyways, this one obviously is the important series of the weekend. Here I was getting Toronto, Tampa Bay, but Seattle, Texas, they're tied. They're a half a game back of Toronto right now, and just feels like this is it. This is it for one of these two teams right now this weekend. Sure, there's 10 games to go, and even though the intro that I wrote for this game I used on the wrong game, it doesn't make this any less important. Seattle has won 3 straight, and Texas has won the last 2 games. They look good. All of a sudden, Texas, right, back at home. It does starting to feel like for Texas. We already know that great home record. We hear Jay talking about it all the time. I get it, but not much better than Texas other than the Rays. And but again, that's where that dichotomy has affected them here at this point. But here they are, favored at home in this one. I know the Cappers are coming in on Texas here. I don't necessarily mind it. And it maybe even makes it even that much more attractive here. But Seattle has had, Bryce Miller. He's been okay too. He has a 4.26 ERA in his last 4 starts, but 3.88 ERA overall. So I think you can expect a little bit out of Miller here. For Dane Dunning, he's got a 4.74 ERA in his last 4 starts and a 3.78 ERA overall. Now, Texas has won just 1 of his last 6 starts. So I don't know. I mean, is this total moved at all? Because I thought it would I was hoping it would. It's 9 over. Oh man. All right. I'm gonna have to give the over out on the show. I really thought the total would move lower. That's what I want to say. I'm the sharpest guy, and I thought I'd get a better price here, and I like the over, but I don't know now. I mean, 9/15. I was gonna need it to go down to 8.5. I think to get a premium out of it, but Mariners have gone over in 10 of their last 16, and Miller's gone over in 4 of his last 5, and we know the Rangers have been going over 21 of their last 27 games. So give me the over in this one with the Mariners and the Rangers, and at 9 feels like a premium, you guys. And when I sometimes when I'm laying those type of numbers, right? I mean, 8. You want the 8.5 because you want to win, but at least when you get to the 9, you can you're going to earn the push still if you're still going over. That's kind of the difference sometimes when you're choosing between making a play or not. So, Josh on the Mariners. I look at you guys are on the Mariners for here. It looks like Darren's on the Mariners. Josh is on the Mariners. Ray is on the Mariners. Jamal said Rangers. So I'm trying to break it down even a little bit further. Don't know if I can make it with a premium. It just seems so close to me with the statistics coming in the way they are. Nathan maybe lean into the Mariners here. Is that a mermaid? And what is with a merman? Why am I seeing that? Is that a movie or something? Why has there been talk lately about merman? Oh, there's a baseball team called the Mermen. I didn't know. I thought I knew all of those crazy minor league nicknames, and I guess it was a. What's the show? There's a basically a minor league baseball show, right? And they're called the Mermen, and there's a team. Why didn't I see that show? It's a popular show, apparently. I feel a little out of the loop, and I'm usually right on top of these, of all the current events or pop culture a little bit. Maybe I'm falling out of it a little bit. Someone's going to help me here, right? It is a man with a trident. Okay, it looked like a mermaid with a trident, but again, that's one thing we had Mindy. She could she could do a lot. I'm not just saying it like that, but she read all the emojis for me. I might, because I'm just one generation, off on the emojis, I think. But I've got a few up my sleeve. But really, they're just baseballs and basketballs. All right, Terrell, nice to have you here today. Royals and Astros here. A big favorite here, of course, with the Astros and Framber going in this one against Cole Ragans, who's been, probably the best story, at least pitching wise, for the Royals this season. And he has only been there a few weeks. I mean, he's probably been, probably been one of the better stories of the Royals. The Royals are playing their best ball here. Remember that one good streak way back after the gross streak, but they've won 7 of their last 8 games. Way to save the best for last, Royals. Astros have lost 6 of their last 9. Oh, man, I still kind of want to root against. We don't have a lot of Houston contingent in here, I don't think, right? So I don't want to offend. I want to root against the Astros. I'm going to try to feel like I want to try to bet against them a little bit, especially. Funny, right? Why are the Astros so bad at home all of a sudden this season and good on the road now? I can't be that doesn't make sense as far as the conspiracy theories, but you wonder what goes into something. All of a sudden you're not as good at home. They are good on the road, so that's okay. Here they are at home in a situation where it doesn't feel like they're going to be. Feels like the Royals got a little momentum here. I think it's reflected in the price. I wanted to probably wouldn't have done anything on the Royals on a premium, even because this price is so poor, right? Why wouldn't? Come on, how come we don't have the how come this isn't $275? Cole Ragans is probably why. So, he doesn't really actually run that deep, but he's been good so far. 3.33 ERA. And Framber has a 3 ERA in his last 4 starts. Houston's 14-8 in his last 22 starts. So, but Houston, it's just funny that they're a 500 team at home. Look, even though the Orioles are gonna win that home field, I think the experience factor. I don't think they're going to be a decisive favorite, and I think the odds reflect that currently, right? As far as the American League, because they're still Houston, right? You expect them, and I like teams that win on the road. But you know what? Baltimore wins on the road. They win at home too. So hopefully that'll make the difference. If we got the Baltimore crew, we got the crew in here, man. We're going to be a Baltimore, and I'm not just saying that. I am, but I'm not. We're rooting for Baltimore, and you know what? Even if I have to bet against them, maybe it'll be like something where I won't. I want to root for the Orioles. I love I had the old Orioles hat. I've had the Orioles hat with the white, the white and the orange bill, and the card. Love it. Okay, so let's give out the Royals here in this one against the Astros with Dragons. I figure the Astros are kind of mopping it up a little bit here. Not a lot of pressure on them in the standings. 4 games ahead of Minnesota, and they can't catch Baltimore at this point. Here is the Cardinals going up against the Padres, and well, is this it, you guys? I've been putting all my spare change. I'd round up every night. After the betting was done, I was putting my spare change on the Padres, whatever rounded up to the next $10. So if it was $3 or $7, $6, I've been doing it back at 10,000 to 1 and the last ditch effort here, and I've ended up somehow with like $37 on them to win a lot of money. But why do we have to end up in this position now without a pitcher to go out there? I mean, we've earned this 7-game winning streak, and now we've got to go with this rookie out there in this game. I mean, the Padres are a ridiculous price here. Maybe this is my exit point. This could be my exit point. I don't know if I do have some leverage in it. I think they're down to like 6,000 to 1 or something now to win the World Series. But whatever the case may be, I can't play the Padres at this price with a rookie, even going up against Dakota Hudson, who, has been able to come back and pitch this season, done a nice job. He's actually done a great job. If you like that key element that I do about pitchers who win, Hudson's been dynamite in that category so far. He actually is one of the better producers in the league. He's only had 10 starts, however. And Waldron has been a disaster, pretty much. Padres have lost, all but one of his starts. It's only been 4 starts, so don't get carried away here. But feels like it's over for my little run. So I might just have to hedge it or something with a Cardinal run line or something dumb like that, because of the Padres can't find a pitcher to go in. This is where they've ended up, right? One of the problems. Look, the lineup is proven when you see the stat. Yeah, the pitching has actually been good too. Some of the starting pitching, right? But just enough pitchers trekking them out there where that's why the Padres have that incredible run differential, where they've won more one-sided games than probably any other team in the league, and are terrible in close games. So this one figures to be close, and I'm probably going to be. I feel like I'm since I'm so all in on the Padres, but I'll take the Cardinals here. Maybe that'll be my hedge. Is just come in on the Cardinals here and get off of the, get my $30 back or $40 back, whatever it is, on this massive price on the Padres. And it said basically when it was down to the last, here's the thing, the Padres, they're actually not even out, it's become a thing. I think we know it's become a thing. Their elimination number is 6, so they still got a good 3 or 4 days left of it could actually be a disaster, and they still could do something. But just win them all here from here, and you probably could find a way through. It might still need some, if Arizona keeps winning, that makes it tough. But remember, Arizona's in 5th place, so in the league standings. So okay, anything here on this one? Yeah, Nathan. You know what? Hey. I will be a Vegas A's fan if I stay here in lovely Las Vegas. And like I said, if anybody's watching this, I'm going to tell you, you keep the colors, you keep the name, no doubt about it. In fact, you take that green and you make it like a Kelly green, and you make the gold like a Golden Knights gold, like the reflective gold, and you go Showtime with the Vegas A's. And no reason to change the name. We already know no team has been more vagabond than the A's. This will be their 4th city. From the Philadelphia Athletics to the Kansas City Athletics to the Oakland Athletics to the Vegas Athletics. I think that's a great tradition to have a team that has been able to survive 4 city changes. That is something. That is really saying something. So there should be. I don't think there will be. I think there's too much tradition with the Athletics. I mean, come on. The world championship teams from the 70s and from the the Bash brothers. Remember the Earthquake World Series? All right, you guys, Padres for Jamal. Darren bet the Padres last night. So I hope so. I'm ready. Oh my God, are you kidding me? Oh my God, $1.72. I don't even feel good about leaving. Oh, you know what? No, I do feel good about leaving that. I'll leave that price on the screen. My price, I'll take it lower because if you guys are going to play the Cardinals with me, I want you guys to get the best price. So I'm listing $1.55. So I'm just giving it out here like $1.40, $1.35. But we obviously can get a better price with the Cardinals. This is exactly the spot. I don't care about everything I said about the Padres. Believe me, I want the Padres to win all these games and put myself in a position. I will be hedging out of if it comes some miracle finish where the Padres go all the way to the, even before I'll be, I'm supposed to be a professional here. I'm going to be taking some profit, but that's a long ways away. We all have funny futures that we put, don't we? Some people don't like tying up all that money. I just started doing it last Friday night. Remember last Friday? Started punching in every night. Just been doing it every night until the last night, where now the line has gone down too much. The bookmakers have finally said, "Oh, you know what? Padres may have a chance." And again, nobody disagrees. As much fun, and I'm making fun of them more than any, but nobody disagrees that the Padres don't have the talent out there to be the team that goes on the miracle run of all miracle runs. And it would just be like the right story for this, how dumb this team has been. But unfortunately, got to throw out Waldron out there. I think that's the problem. All right, I think we got one more here, right? With the Giants and the Dodgers. It's always a big series, doesn't matter, but it's even bigger when both teams are involved in the postseason race. The Dodgers aren't necessarily in too much of a race. They're, feels like they're pretty locked in. Can't catch the Braves, probably. They could, but with good teams, it's going to be harder to overcome 3.5 games here with a week to go. And for the Giants, they're just as desperate as the Padres, just a little bit less desperate, but unfortunately, they're going in the wrong direction. They've lost 3 straight games, and now they've got Sean Manaea. Is he really starting? That's a bad idea. When Sean Manaea, I don't know. You look at it. You can look at Manaea's numbers aren't great. 4.86. We know when he gets out there, but remember they've had a situation where they've had guys like Walker starting in front. When they usually have an opener for Manaea, they win the game. When they have Manaea start, they lose. I don't even know if that's a stat. It's just it's a stat right here on my sheet, but it's more of an observation here. If you're the manager. And it's a bullpen, this is a bullpen game. Maybe, it could be, hey, Coach Kapler, if you're out there, I mean, I know you know this, right? I mean, maybe they just wrote it down, saying, "Hey, just put Mania in there. By tomorrow, we'll come in with a starter." Um, just want to mention, I'm seeing a move right now. Let me see. Want to mention Virginia. I think their Sharps might be on the move here, taking Virginia in the game tonight, and could be seeing this one go down to 8 right now. Nowhere in the middle of this last game, but I just got to get this word out because there's only 7.5 now. What's going on? Are we seeing some type of, uh, you know, might have been a release? Probably feels like a syndicate release. Feels like one of those big handicappers are giving out Virginia right now or something. Maybe Musket has been ruled in for Virginia. That's the only thing I could consider because right now I'm seeing a lot of 7.5s out there. This is the type of information we bring to you here on the Morning Steam. And breaking news right now, this line is on the move and the total is dropping as well. So maybe not the quarterback. I mean, I don't know if Musket changes anything for you so far. He hasn't been out there too much, but does look effective anyway as far as what this team need. They need a guy like him out there, just any kind of stability. But just want to mention that, you guys, that definitely is some steam here on the Morning Steam, on the move for sure. Virginia right now, and don't say we never. Also, some other breaking news that came in. I'll wrap up this baseball game, but Drew Pine ruled in, I think, here within the last hour or half hour or so for Arizona State in the game against USC. That's bad news. I wanted to take Arizona State here plus 5 touchdowns, maybe. Just a terrible roll. I mean, the role was like this is going to be the walkthrough game for SC, but I'm not sure now. Drew Pine in there for Arizona State. So, also some steam came in. Seattle and Texas over. We gave out the over in that one already. So maybe that was me because the timing seems to match up. I say me, it was you guys. Maybe you guys, we all teamed up on the over. Okay. So, anyways, here with Mania. Giants have lost 7 of 9 now. The Dodgers, they've won 7 of 9. And let me see if I got this line here. $1.60, 9 under 20 in this one for Ferguson. Ferguson gets a start. Could be some Gavin Stone action in here. Also, I think I saw. Let me see if I had anybody else on the pitching plans, on the pitching sheet, if you will, because we know that this is, an opener situation, so it's fun, right? Dodgers talk about no motivation, but doesn't seem to matter at this point with the Dodgers. Although yesterday, what was it, 7-2. the two, I did give out the Giants on the show yesterday. With one of the 11-4 was one of the 4 losers there, but I always like to bet on the Dodgers. So even though I don't give it out, I always lay these ridiculous prices with the Dodgers. Woohoo! This isn't too bad, actually. I'm showing it $1.65 now. Oops, that total is, let me get that right, 9 under 20. Still got to get going to a few football games, so let me give out a play here. But I do like to bring you some breaking information. Seem like I'm doing some type of work around here. I would think here in this one, man, 9 under 20. I was hoping to get an 8.5 and think, hey, look what happened yesterday. Got away from me there. But boy, this one feels like it could even go higher. Could there be a lot? I'm going over. I'm going over with the Giants and the Dodgers. Maybe the Dodgers will be, like I said, I don't think it's a great situation for the Giants. Hope the line doesn't go up too much by the time I get off the air here.